How many times as a kid did you get yelled at to eat your greens? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Clark Bartram, and I am here today, and I want to talk to you about greens and the importance of greens. Now, let me first start off by saying a couple disclaimers, if you will. I'm not acting like I'm an expert in anything. I'm more of an enthusiast for you to live healthy. Whether I'm talking to you about how to lift weights, or where your mindset should be to get the most out of life, or what you should be eating, I'm coming to you from a place of massive amounts of experience in working with people one-on-one, but I'm certainly not trying to come from a place of being this super high-level authority that understands the complexity of something as simple as a leaf of lettuce, because it is a very complex subject matter. And nobody, in my opinion, can really speak to you from a place of telling you that something is not good for you, because that's the trend I'm seeing in the industry today. Is there are experts online that are going around and bashing green vegetables. Now, that blows my mind, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to let them do what they do, and I'm just going to keep it simple because that's how I do things. I try and keep it as basic and simple as possible, and I'm not trying to play scientist. I'm not trying to be a bro scientist by going and spouting off information that I just watched on YouTube that I'm trying to teach you. I love to educate myself, but I'm a guy that really tries to live what I talk. And what I talk is what I live, and the way I think we can live better is by eating greens. Regardless of what any expert says out there, what kale will do to you, or, because kale has a natural enemy in nature that it has some adverse response in your body. There may be some truth to that, but I don't think you're going to eat so much kale that anything negative is going to happen to you. So with all that being said, let me just talk to you from a common sense point of view as it relates to greens, phytonutrients, micronutrients. Jack LaLanne, I don't know if you know who he is, but he is truly the pioneer of health and fitness in our Western culture. And he was a good friend of mine. And I had the privilege and the honor of traveling with Jack all around the country. We had the same endorsement deal with a company called Fitness Age. And Jack was an amazing man. And here is one thing I recognized every single time he and I went and had lunch somewhere. He would always order a salad with 10 vegetables on it. And Jack would look at me and say, Clark, make sure that what you're eating is coming from the earth. It's grown out of the ground. It's whole, natural food. Now, there are greens that come in cans, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but that's what he would tell me. And there was a reason behind that, because in each one of these 10 fruits or vegetables that he had on his plate, he understood the value that those nutrients that were within that plant provided to his human body, because that's how he made his living, teaching people how to be fit. Of course, you want to source these vegetables from the cleanest place possible, where it's void of pesticides and all of these things that men in big agriculture are spraying on them to grow these faster, to get them in to the grocery stores quicker, to make more money. So organic is certainly the best way to go, but not everybody can eat organic, and we don't always necessarily, can we trust organic? Like this one on here says Organic Girl, and it says Super Greens. This is marketing. It's definitely marketing. So even within this category of food items, there is definitely marketing that goes on to make money. But I would rather see you purchasing something like this that may or may not be a little bit misleading than seeing you purchase a bag of fast food or a bag of processed chips or pretzels or salty, over-processed crap that is not providing your human body the nutrients that it needs. Now let's divide these categories up. The entire fitness industry seems to be obsessed now with macronutrients. Now, macronutrients are nothing more than protein, fat, and carbohydrates. That's your chicken, fish, beef, that sort of thing. And those should be sourced from the cleanest, most organic places possible as well, without stress, because big ag will stress out cows and grow them as fast as they can and murder them as quickly as they can. And the stress is in the meat and all that sort of stuff. So this whole entire conversation revolves around you sourcing your food from the cleanest, stress-free, most organic places possible, okay? But I realize that not everyone can do that. So we have to approach this from where people are. And those soapbox people out there, you know what? Stay on your soapbox. I'm addressing everybody that will listen to this message. So you've got your protein, you've got your fats, the butters, the avocados, and things like that. And some are better than others. And this is another video. And then you have your carbohydrates. You got your rice, you got your bread, you got your tortillas, you've got your sweet potatoes and white potatoes and all of those things. Some are better than others. This is a process of making a better choice today than you did yesterday. Oh, I'm going through puberty again. My voice just went up. But we're talking today about greens and what greens provide you and what the best source of greens is. The best source of greens is, again, from a whole natural, if you could grow it in your backyard with no pesticides, then good for you. That'd be the best place to go. But when you go to the grocery store, ask them for something organic, ask for something that doesn't have pesticides sprayed all over it. And we all have a Whole Foods or a Sprouts or someplace like that that sources their greens from a better place. Much like my buddy Jack LaLanne, I would recommend as many of these as possible. And what the governing bodies recommend for us are 4 to 5 servings of vegetables and fruits a day. Now, you just have to ask yourself, am I getting enough of these each and every day? The unfortunate answer for most people, and for most people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, is no. So that's where supplements come in, and we'll talk about this in a second. But I just want to break this down very simply for you. Watch. This is lettuce. This one piece of lettuce, I just want you to close your eyes and imagine with me for a second the amount of nutrients that are in this. This came up from the earth, from a seed, was fed by the sun and fed by the rain. And the phytonutrients in here fought off whatever enemies were coming to attack it, fought off anything that was trying to murder this thing, and it lived. It lived so you can live. And when you bite this thing and start to chew it up, it is now nourishing your body with the micronutrients that you cannot get from a bag of chips, that you cannot get from a fast food restaurant, that you cannot get from meat. You need the phytonutrients and the micronutrients that are only found in plants like this. You can go to a grocery store and get super greens, and the reason I feel they call this super greens is because there is 5 what they refer to as superfoods, healthy greens. We have red and green Swiss chard, which is a good one. We have tatsoi, which I have no clue what that is. We have arugula. I love it. It tastes great. We have spinach. There are ratings on green vegetables that you can go and research for yourself, because again, I'm not being a bro scientist, that rate these on a scale of how much of these micronutrients are provided to you in each one of these individual greens that are available to all of us. But I want you to be thinking about this. I want you to be aware of this. I want you to eat your greens. I want you to have your kids eat their greens, because our country is getting away from this. Our country is getting lazy. We are inconveniencing our health by being convenient with the stuff that is meant to interrupt our health. Did that make any sense to you? Rewind it and listen to it again, because I think there is some sense in that statement. Don't let your busyness, don't let the thought that you can't afford it, don't let your lack of preparation, don't let anything get in the way of you eating your greens. Now, I got to say this. These are okay. Like nutritional supplements that have greens in them are okay. It's not better than this. If you had to choose between this and this, always choose this. Like, this is my supplement that I sell for people that don't have the time and need to get this right away. And their kids will never eat a vegetable. this is certainly better than nothing. My buddy Jack LaLanne would say, Clark, if they have to, then by all means. He would refer to this as a secondary. Like this would be the first, this would be secondary in getting your greens and your micronutrients. I hope this helped. I really do. And again, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm some Mr. Know-it-all guy. I am trying to appeal to you on a common sense level to help you understand that our moms were right. Eat your vegetables.
So as much as I hate to say this, I need to, because it helps get this video out to more men just like you who I know can use this information. So please, I want to know what you're looking for. So like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel too. Make it a great day.